I can't believe you've all done this to me. Welcome back to Ascension Arc, the show where I decide to take one of my many unbuilt characters on my account and put them through the ringer to try to at least bring them up to usability. Last time we built Farazan, and that actually turned out to be one of the coolest things I've ever done, because Farazan was actually amazing. Mostly because we had a lot of luck in the episode, but god, she does a lot. So we put the vote up, and the vote was between KAVEH, Ayato, and of course, Lynette. KAVEH took ahead way quicker than I had expected, but let's be honest here, when going up against KAVEH, I don't think anyone had the chance to win, except our blonde boy in front of us. Now, for the secret character that you didn't know, but unfortunately did not win the vote again, it was Charlotte this time around, which would have actually been an interesting build, I think, because Charlotte is very underutilized, but still one of the better cryo applicators in the game. Unfortunate, but she'll go back in the deck and she'll get to try again. Our main boy of the episode, though, of course, is KAVEH. I am not looking forward to this one, I'm gonna be honest. But let's go over really quickly why that is. Man, oh man, KAVEH. Despite his absolutely stellar character design, like, look at the guy, come on. His gameplay ranges from bad at best to absolutely horrendous at worst. KAVEH is built around the transformative reaction Bloom, which, as everybody knows, is when Hydro combines with Dendro to create a live grenade. Most people would be using these to either build Hyper Bloom, which basically turn them into homing missiles, or Burning for the few characters that can actually use them. Sorry, Burgeoning, but, you know, you either make them explode or you make them into homing missiles, and that's kind of the big deal. There are only two characters in the game that I know of so far that actually use the Bloom reaction, being KAVEH and Nilou, who happen to play very well together. Unfortunately, I do not own a Nilou, so we're going to have to build KAVEH on his own, which is definitely not where he shines, if he shines at all. The whole idea behind KAVEH's kit is that he has two abilities which causes Bloom reactions to immediately explode, dealing additional damage, one with his skill and one with his burst. His burst also transforms his normal attacks into Dendro-enhanced attacks, so you can kind of use that to create Blooms by yourself. The main problem with this, of course, is that Bloom on its own is not really that powerful. It is also entirely built off of Elemental Mastery, meaning that if KAVEH is one of the drivers, he's going to need to build Elemental Mastery to actually build up the bombs. This also raises the question who we can play alongside him, but for the time being, our team for this boy is going to be KAVEH himself, of course, as the main on-fielder. We're going to have Yealon as our off-fielder, because she is able to both boost the damage of KAVEH with her own burst. I have Elegy of the End, which is going to give a little bit more elemental mastery, and she is a great hydro applicator. We're also going to be running Nahida, basically because she just does more Dendro application, also builds Elemental Mastery. Lastly, just to really hammer home all of the finagling we're going to have to do, we're also playing Kazuha, another Elemental Mastery builder who we are just using to group up and try to help KAVEH actually hit the explosions, because we kind of need to be standing on top of someone for them to work. KAVEH, of course, is not a high-tiered character by any means. I would argue that he is one of the worst in the entire game, but I digress. So I don't really have high hopes for this episode. We're gonna do our absolute best, and that's kind of everything we can do. Also, for our planning phase, which is what this piece is called that I've just introduced in this episode, don't question it, we have a lot of work to do. My KAVEH is level 20, completely unleveled talents, completely unleveled weapon, completely unleveled hopes and dreams. We're going to focus on the important parts here. We are going to bring him up to level 80 at the least. 90 is a pipe dream, even though that is very good for Dendro-based reactions. I don't think we have the time or resources to do that, and we have so many other things we need to do. We're also going to be bringing his skill up to level 8 and his burst as high as we can get in the time span. I don't really know how much we're going to be able to do, but we're going to give it our best shot. On top of that, we also level a weapon for him, and I have chosen the Rain Slasher. That is not one of the probably needed weapons for him, because he has two other alternatives. He has the event weapon, which was released ages and ages ago that I don't happen to own, and he can also run a Favonius sword if we're having energy recharge issues, which we probably will have. I already have one of those leveled enough, so we don't have to focus on that, so in case the Rain Slasher doesn't work out, I will just make the swap and we can say that we were good anyway. With that out of the way, we have a ton of things to do for KAVEH today, so let's simply get going. I have done the kindest thing I can possibly do for KAVEH and actually waited until we have full condensed resin and full normal resin, because we are gonna need it, I'm gonna be honest. We're gonna have to fight KAVEH's boss for all of today, essentially, and KAVEH's boss is located over here, I think is where the freaking thing is. There you are. It is the Dendro Cube! Because this is the best boss to be fighting. I say very sarcastically, I actually despise this stupid boss with all of my heart, but I do not have an option. As you can probably tell also, KAVEH is not going to be able to do jack crap here for the first couple of while, so we're not going to be using this team to actually farm. I'm going to be using any of my other teams that can do it, but it is what it is. But yeah, to reiterate, level 20 KAVEH with absolutely nothing. We're also very low on XP books, but we should be able to do a little bit. We'll bring him up to 40 so that we know what we need to do. He also uses the morning flowers, which I completely forgot. I can't even talk. He might be the only character that I know of that actually uses these. But we're going to need the Quelt Creeper, which of course is from the Dendro Hypostases. Luckily, I have a lot of fungal spores, so most likely we're not going to need to do any of that. His weapon for now is the Rain Slasher, also completely unleveled. No artifacts whatsoever, and we are going to need to discuss what we're doing with these, because we are going to be building Flower of Paradise Lost, and that is going to absolutely suck. Constellation 3 is something I should probably mention as well, meaning that we have KAVEH's Dendro is increased, and incoming healing bonus is increased, so he takes less damage from explosions. We also have KAVEH's attack speed increased during Painted Dome, which is his burst, and we get 3 skill levels, and that's basically it. Unfortunately, we don't have C4, which is actually one of the main ways that KAVEH deals his damage, because 60% more damage when they burst is actually really good, and his C6 is actually really good as well. I don't have them. There's nothing we can do about it. My KAVEH is going to be bad regardless. That's all there is. Let's go. Also, my favorite animation with KAVEH is the fact that whenever you do a plunging attack, he shakes his hand as if he hurt himself when he did it. It's very funny. Alright, the first pull of the KAVEH video. Yee! Ah, actually 4. That's very kind of you. We're also going to need an absolute butt ton of these because I have basically none. So it's lucky that this boss only drops Dendro Cores. Hooray! Alright, there is kill number 2, and that's a decent feather, but defense, nah. Oh wow, a chunk actually is really good, and 3 drops. Pretty neat. That means that we can actually go ahead and ascend KAVEH really quickly to level 50. We're gonna get as much experience as we need to get him there. Very nice. We can then almost actually get him up to the next level as well. We're gonna keep farming these for a little bit though, because I feel like we're gonna need to. We're also gonna go get morning flowers later. We're just gonna do the rest of the boss kills for the resin that we have. Yay. Kill number 3. Another chunk actually is nice, and 3 more creepers and a flower that sucks. Also, yeah, you probably noticed at this point, but I actually ended up getting Skirk. I didn't really intend to do this. I wanted C6 Diona and Candace, but Skirk kind of came along the way. So I now get to enjoy having, genuinely though, she is actually kind of a fun character, I'm not gonna lie. She is, she's very cool. Her animations are super flashy. She deals a shit ton of damage. I can't really complain. I am very close to getting her weapon as well, so you might actually get to see this on this episode, honestly, because I tend to do recordings at the same time. Also, I'm playing her very incorrectly, but, like, who cares? I'm having fun, and that's all that matters. I accidentally did the burst. Oopsie daisies. Here is kill number 4. 3 more. No chunk that time, unfortunately, but I can't really complain. And there is the final kill of today, which gives us 3 more, which isn't great, but I suppose I can't really be mad about it either. We do have these, however, and I do kind of want to check whether or not we can farm something for KAVEH today, because I'm not entirely sure what he uses. He uses the teachings of the Abidigadu. I have a lot of these, actually, the teachings of Ingenuity. Ingenuity? God, English is hard sometimes. I have plenty of these. I think we will still have to farm them at some point, but for the time being, I feel okay just kind of leveling it, and yeah, I guess we don't have that many now that I'm looking at it. Obviously as well, looking at what he actually needs, we should definitely be leveling up Burst and Skill, so it should be fine. Both of these causes explosions for the Dendro cores, so it's kind of whatever. Let's go ahead and just upgrade both of them for now. Skill is going to be... Actually, no, I think Burst is going to be more useful now that I'm thinking about it. Ah, whatever, we'll go as we go. We will do these, just because I feel like we're going to need them. So we may as well go ahead and do the domain as well. Playing Skirk in this video almost feels like cheating, but like we kind of have to, you know? Anyways, we were just going to claim the double, and now that they finally added the skip feature, this goes so much faster. Being able to clear this in under 20 seconds is insane. Anyway, here is pick number 2. No purples. Here's number 3, and finally a purple. Here's the next one, and no purple this time either. And for the final resin use of today, we actually do get a purple, so that's nice. So there's only one more thing to do for the first day now, and that is to go farm the Ascension materials, which I don't actually know where they are for KAVEH. I think they're in the, in that weird part of the desert, right? I don't fully remember, but we're going to find the morning flowers. Yeah, they're along this. Okay, that should be fine. Alright then, after some more farming and running around the world because I am a crazy person, we managed to gather up basically 65 of them total, which is where I'm just going to stop for now. So we're going to ascend up to level 60. We then have almost enough, actually, to get up to level 70 right away, so I think we're going to do that. We just need to craft a, we need to craft one dendro ball cube thing, whatever they are, chunk. Let's do that real quick. Here we go. Let's ascend KAVEH to level 70. What an improvement in a single day. There goes all of my XP books also, so we are definitely going to have to farm a couple of those before going any further. But now we can actually craft all of the chunks required. That is that is a happy times, actually. I would not want to do anything more than that. We want to go to this. We are going to craft as much as we possibly need to get there. Get me the 6 of these. We do actually need a couple more of these, but it turns out I have them prepared already. Now we just need the boss drops and the collectibles, which we have to wait a couple of days for, which is perfectly fine. For the hell of it, though, we did get a wish off of the Ascension, so, you know what? I'll include that in this part of the video. Why not? Here we go. Yahoo! Oh, really? Okay! That's early. Yo! Skyward Spine! Holy shit, okay! I don't have one of those. That's unexpected. I didn't have that big of a pity on the standard banner, I don't think. That was pity 55 on the standard banner. I'll take that. The more important part about this, though, is the fact that I can actually buy 2 more of these. So if we can pull on the weapon banner right now, I'm on pity 63 on this, I think, and I have the guarantee for Skirks because I lost to Shenha's weapon. So, you know, if you want to just, you know, if you want to give me the Skirk weapon right now, also that'd be cool. I don't give a shit about you, but that's another wish, baby. We'll go up to 65 pity or whatever with that. Look, this is not a wishing video, but I don't care. Damn it. That's 65? Yeah! Skirk weapon too! What a fucking day today has been, huh? This is one way to start the fucking KAVEH video. How awesome is that? Skyward Spine, huh? Oh well. Well, that was cool. Day 2, I guess. It's day number 2, and we're literally just going to be fighting his boss again today because that's literally the only thing we can do. We have to wait until tomorrow to actually do anything, you know, useful. So, Yahoo, I guess. There is boss number 1. Very cool. A couple of Quell Creepers and HP head. Yay. Alright, kill number 2. Ooh, actually a full chunk here is really, really good. Defense is bad, but whatever. Honestly, just getting the chunks is super helpful because we're running low on all of this. And with that, we have everything we need to ascend KAVEH except for his unique item that should respawn in, not tomorrow, but the day afterwards. So we shouldn't really have to worry about that at all. What we do have to worry about, though, is the fact that we are almost completely out of XP books. We are, we're kind of bone around on those. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to just make a, condensed resin really quick, and we will bring out the KAVEH team to kind of show you what the intention behind the team is. So because KAVEH doesn't actually have any artifacts equipped, I don't think this is gonna go super well, but we don't really mind. Basically, we are intending to mark up everything we've got, gather them together in a little ball, get Yealong to create a bloom core, which obviously for slimes we can't do. Let's do this. Find you. Let's create a bloom core, and when we do make bloom cores, we make a couple of them, go KAVEH, and kaboom! That's the whole gameplay style. That's it. We are intending to use KAVEH to blow up a bunch of blooms, use Yealon to basically help create the hydro reaction that makes it, and with KAVEH's burst, which I'm hoping to show off on the next one. I'm actually going to go and collect his burst before we go for the next one. Okay, oh, of course it's goddamn slimes. I can't show it off on you. That's lame. Can you spawn the flower that's here? Pretty please. Come on, spawn the flower. Come on. Come on, man. Just spawn the flower. I want to show off the funny thing. Okay, now that the pyro flowers have spawned, you will tag them with Nahida. We'll activate Nahida's burst. We will activate Yealon, which we will shoot everything we've got. We'll go Kazuha, try to gather things up. Activate Kazuha's burst. Go for the KAVEH burst. And now when we're attacking, we are essentially creating blooms. There should be another one. Where are you? There you are. So now, with KAVEH, we are creating blooms, so we can activate a skill to explode them, and that's the KAVEH playstyle. That's it. I obviously screwed it up here, because, you know, I don't know how the hell to play this yet, but that's the general idea. We create blooms, we explode blooms. That's all we're intending to do. There is other teams you can play with this, and most likely I might change out Kazuha for another Hydro unit, because I feel like we are going to need that. There are a lot of ones we could use. I kind of like the idea of having Coco on this team. Coco isn't leveled either, for that matter, but I kind of prefer that. Coco's fun. Let's have Coco on the team. Why not? I like Coco. Coco is cool. Alright, anyway, yeah, that's literally it for today. We got some XP books. We got the thing done. Bazinga. It's day 3 of this absolute disaster. Yay! I'm trying the team today with Kokomi, just to see if that, like, does anything. I don't entirely know how it works, if at all. We'll do this. We'll put Kokomi down. We'll Yealon, do Yealon things. I don't even know if we can, like, kill anything here, honestly. Because I can spin. I mean, it explodes, I guess. Most of these are, unfortunately, whatchamacallit, they're electric aura'd, so they can't really bloom or do anything, but, I mean, we're trying our best. We'll go here, we'll Kokomi on the floor, we'll drop that, go here, spin. They explode, but they do not deal damage, so I'm pretty sure that having Kokomi might actually ruin a couple of blooms. Yeah, because they don't seem to be created by KAVEH, or rather by Yealon, because like they don't really do much. Then again, I also don't have any elemental mastery whatsoever. So if I spin here, that did like 8,000, which I think is the one coming from Yealon, because Yealon is a much higher level than Kokomi. She also doesn't have. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have any. What am I looking here? EM. She has 210. I guess that's the reason, because the one created from Kokomi is not going to do as much, because Kokomi's only level 60 with basically no EM. I think that's the reason those ones don't explode for as much. I'm gonna be real, I don't fully understand how it works. I'm trying my best to get to grips with it, but I don't know. Also, I didn't even mention, we're doing the weapon domain today. That's where we're going with this. We're gonna try a little bit, because the ones created by Nahida should have more damage, theoretically. Yeah, those ones blew up for a lot more. I saw 9k there. These blooms are created by... Yeah, those ones hurt a lot more. Okay, I mean... Look, I kinda get it. I think Nahida... If I do blooms like... No, don't kill me. If I do blooms like this, and I try to blow these up... They dealt like 2,000 damage, give or take. Very little. Also, that was a quicken. Who cares? Let's then try using with you and with Yealon. And then if I blow this up, 8,000. Yeah, so definitely is a Coco problem there. Because if I do this, 1,000. Yeah, okay, so it's definitely... Because it is created by Coco, they're doing way less damage, I think. I don't entirely know still. I don't know how the hell this works. But if I just do one with Yealon, get this bloom, click the button, 8,000, yeah. I think that's the reason, at least. This would obviously be alleviated by the fact if Kokomi had more, whatchamacallit, was a higher level, I think, would fix the issue. I'm still gonna keep Kokomi in the team for now, because it's just comfortable to have a little bit of healing on the side, honestly. And I might just level Kokomi on the side as one of my characters, because I love Coco, and I really want to make a video on Coco at some point, but I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. Oh, hey, look, more purples. We'll take any purples we can get today. I mean, yeah, I don't get nothing. I don't get how this works. You kind of just make stuff, you blow them up. Holy crap, we're hitting so many purples. Man, I'm trying to figure it out, and I legitimately do not understand it for the life of me. But hey, one of them we didn't have a purple on. That's crazy. We had so many purples. Oh, well. Okay, look, I'm not gonna pretend like I'm smart enough to know how this works. I don't understand KAVEH in the slightest. Anyway, the Rain Slasher, we did actually get a lot of materials for this now, so we should be able to level this just fine. We are running out of weapon enhancement material again, though, because I leveled Skirk's weapon up to level 90 in between episodes. And in between days. I don't know why I said episodes. Look, I'm tired, I'm stupid. Anyway, can we get this up to 70? Yes, we can. Great, so we actually only have one more. And we can make it! Okay, hang on, let's finish off the weapon in one day then. That's crazy. And I'm saying finish off as, again, we're not really aiming for level 90s this time, and the main reason we are not doing that is, of course, KAVEH is crazy. I don't want to spend that much. Alright, level 80 Rain Slasher. That is going to be enough for the time being. If we have the time to do something more with it, we will, but, you know, I don't think we're going to have the luxury of really spending more time on KAVEH like this, because there's so many artifact things that are absolutely mandatory for us to find, and they're elemental mastery pieces, basically all of them, so we kind of got to work on that sooner rather than later, honestly. There isn't really anything more that we need here. We do still need a lot of XP books eventually, which is also not fun, I guess. Have these respawned yet? They have respawned. So we can go and gather them now. So I'm actually going to go do that as well to get our boy up to 80. Because that is most likely where he's gonna stay. Okay, a little bit of running around later, and we can properly ascend KAVEH to 80. That is a lot. Oh well. KAVEH is now level 80. I do not think we will be ascending him to 81 because of the amount of resources that we're going to need to put elsewhere, because KAVEH is so far behind compared to every other character we have kind of gone for so far. It's not gonna be easy. But we do have a lot of talent upgrades we can do now, so we're gonna go into his burst, and we are just gonna kind of pull it up as far as we can, really. Realistically, now it's like level what? It's level 7, I think it is now? Yeah, I think that's 6 plus 3, so it's 9, actually. He uses the Primordial Green Bloom, which I actually have a couple of, which is nice. We are focusing on his burst, obviously. We do need these. I'm going to just give all of these, because I have so fucking many of them. Gimme. Let's go craft some of those, because we kind of want to bring this up as far as we can get. Then we actually have enough to level it up again. Bada bing, bada boom, and there we go. So that is now... What is it, level 8? Yeah. So the dome is now maxed out, essentially. We are dangerously low on Mora, which is absurdly sad. But at the very least, it's now a 52% damage bonus to the cores, I guess. We also have to level up the skill as far as we can go. I'm gonna do that too. Goodbye, Mora. It was nice knowing you. We still need more of these, so I guess we will get more of these. Luckily, again, I apparently just had a lot of KAVEH materials for his talents specifically. So we kind of want to bring it up to here if we can. We're going to craft some of these. We're going to craft some of thems. We're going to make as many of these as we possibly can, I guess. Exactly 19, very cool. And then, unfortunately, we're going to need to make a couple of these, which I don't have. That kind of sucks. We can go fight it, to be fair. We should probably do that, because again, we're losing a lot of money here. Ugh, pain. Right, we have one more level available to us. We need one of these. Well, I think I haven't done the boss yet this week. Let's go do that. Jesus fucking Christ. What is that damage? What the f- This is unfair. Like, that was... Who the hell came up with Skirk? I just kind of want to see what Skirk can do if I push all the buttons. Like, I have no reason to care about this at all, but it's fun. I did that in the wrong order, but honestly, I'm okay with that now. Skirk buttons, go! Who came up with this fucking character? Okay. I mean, hey, we got it. That's great. Oh, Pyro Damage Goblin. Sucks, but like, whatever. And we got a Dream Solvent, and we got a Chunk, and we got the flower we needed. That was a good day today. Alright, irrelevant for us, though. We are going to bring his skill up to level 8, and that is where KAVEH will, at least for the time being, stay. We are down to 60,000 Mora, by the way. But everything that we kind of need for him now is essentially complete. At least that I am willing to spend, because this was a lot more than I kind of wanted to dump into KAVEH anyway. His main goal now is going to be to get an artifact set that actually works. And yes, I know, we did that in 3 days. Crazy, because we basically used all the materials that I've been hoarding for multiple years now, because again, no characters here, and we spent it all on fucking KAVEH. But whatever, let's not be mad. KAVEH's okay. It's okay. KAVEH's alright. Oh man. The artifact grind for KAVEH is going to be crazy because we have to do the, where are we? We are almost there, right? It's not that one. This is the one, yeah. I was close. It's in Kajnazut. We have to farm for the Flower of Paradise Lost. So what this does is it gives you Elemental Mastery, obviously, which is great. And then the equipping characters Bloom, Hyper Bloom, and Burden reaction damage are increased by 40%. And additionally, after they trigger one of them, they'll gain another 25 bonus to the effect mentioned prior. So basically, this just helps us explode more things. We want to explode everything. The problem is we need a full set of this in Elemental Mastery, which is ridiculously difficult to find, all things considered, which is why I wanted as many days as possible to actually do this. Basically, what we have to do for a majority of the time in this challenge is try and find the Elemental Mastery pieces. They are the most important things, and without them, KAVEH is... Well, I've just spent a lot of money on KAVEH for absolutely no reason, so let's hope we don't get there. Hee hee hoo hoo. Alright, today is day 4, and I've got an absolutely terrible idea. The thing with the Stygian Onslaught is that you can now farm these bosses to actually do domain runs as well, which gives you, you know, extra benefits off of farming, and you get like that weird little feather duster thing, which is kind of cool. I want to see if KAVEH can even remotely do anything about this. Obviously, the only 3 bosses we have to choose from this week is the Hydrotopa, the Lava Dragon statue, and the stupid Secret Source Automaton. I think the only one here we can actually do anything about is this guy. We've simply removed Yealon for the time being, and we've stuffed Cloran in there just in case, because we're not going to have any problem with Hydro popping off. I don't think this is going to work, but I legitimately just kind of wanted to try. I think the idea here is that we actually create blooms with this and blow them up. That did a little bit of damage. Not really a lot, but you know. I mean, to be fair, that wasn't awful. I'm pretty sure you can just, yep, snipe them. Neat. Oh my god, I'm dodging? Yeah, we do this, then we spin to make him pop. That's still 15k. That's honestly not that bad. Then again, it is not KAVEH creating those blooms. It is Nahida, but look at that. Nahida goes pop. And then we go KAVEH in, and we spin, and they explode, and they actually do a little bit of damage. Okay. I mean, I guess it kind of works if you're playing it like a goddamn pansy, like I am. I kind of want to just kill that if I can. Make some more blooms, make them blow uppy. Okay, now that we have KAVEH available, how often? He does actually create blooms fairly often, I guess. We go behind, we do a little hit, we spin and explode, and my god, that hit for a little bit. Not for a lot, mind you, but it did hit. Okay. I've had enough of blowing things up with KAVEH for the time being. Let's blow things up with Command instead. Okay. So, realistically speaking, yes, we can in fact farm this with KAVEH. Not that it goes very quickly or anything, but we can. That means we can do this, and we can actually use our condensed resin here, which is really good, and we can start getting some artifacts. So, we kind of want to just build up the points here, because it gives us a bunch of bonus stuff, and that's kind of what we're after. This is not the right set. This is the right set, but it is the wrong subset, and we are going to be here for a while. And just like that, the grind for artifacts has officially begun. New to this show is that I'm going to start to summarize the artifact grind by jumping between the good ones that we find, because there is a lot of bad artifacts in this episode, and we would be here for hours unless I did this. If you prefer the old way of doing it, where I simply show every single artifact we find, do leave a comment down below and I'll go back to doing that. For now, though, I'll show off the good ones. We're going to become best friends with this crafting table throughout this challenge, because realistically speaking, we're going to be needing to do a lot of rerolling for Flowers of Paradise Lost. We do have quite a bit to reroll here just from AFK activities and whatnot. We're looking for Elemental Mastery and the EM only. That does not have EM, that is healing bonus. No EM, no EM, no EM. That's got a very low roll of EM. No EM. EM! Okay, we got one at least. One piece of EM and maybe a flower that also has EM. That's pretty good. I'm going to equip these to KAVEH right away just so I do not forget about it, because, like, yes, this obviously does not have energy recharge, which we kind of want him to have, but honestly, I'm going to be happy with whatever I can get for the little guy, because I'm gonna be real here, it's usually not very easy. I am gonna roll this one just to see if it gets Elemental Mastery. If it does, we might use it. It did not. It is immediately being thrown away because it does not have Elemental Mastery. Let's just feed it to this one. Damn, okay. Well, I'm gonna let him hold that for now because at least it has Elemental Mastery. This is just a full EM piece, so if this gets energy recharge, that's like one of the best pieces we could ask for. That is weird. Why would you give me double crit on a Sans, of which I do not need it? That is... whatever. I don't care. It's an EM piece. I'm happy about it. I should not complain. Right. Let's re-roll the other ones again. See if we can get anything slightly better than what we got. Probably not, though. No? Oh my god, what is this? What the fuck? Dude, if that was Elemental Mastery immediately, that'd been sick. But unfortunately, I don't think there's a single person that cares about crit damage on this set. Damn, that is, unfortunate. I'm gonna say that. Flower. This one's got more Elemental Mastery on it. We'll try rolling that. Damn it. I'm gonna get it to 8, because I am just curious. No, nope. We're gonna look to replace this as soon as we can also, apparently. What a silly time to be alive. At the very least, this is an Elemental Mastery piece, so let's bring this up as far as we can get so that we have one of them ready. What is this? If this rolls a CV value that is ridiculous, I'm gonna be actually upset. Stop. Right now. Stop it. Roll defense. You. I'm gonna be real mad. I'm gonna be real fucking mad. Don't you fucking dare. Thank you. If that rolled as a perfect piece, I would actually be upset. It's Elemental Mastery. That is the thing we care about. I don't know when the hell this is going to be relevant. Raiden, maybe, if I decide to put this set on her. Because I know for a fact that I was building EM Raiden on this account at some point. Though I will say I do not remember when. I have this feather on EM Raiden, which is 44. And I do have this headpiece on Raiden, which is just, you know, whatever. So theoretically, if we don't get anything in the remaining days that we have, I could steal them from Raiden, and we can at least give KAVEH a run for his money. But as I said in every episode so far, I'm going to try my absolute best not to steal pieces from anyone else, because that kind of defeats the purpose. And the last one of today is... Oh! EM! Well, would you look at that? After actually getting a really good one, I guess we'll find another EM piece. This is working out significantly better than I thought it was going to, I'm gonna be honest. Unfortunately, that is an EM piece we already have, which is very depressing, but we have 3, or basically 2 Elemental Mastery Sands for this now, and the one that we got here is just significantly better than the other one. That is a very decent feather, though. We are actually going to roll that for KAVEH. That feather is not bad at all. Come here, KAVEH. This feather that we got did not turn out that great. Oops. Let's try rolling this one instead. Can you now do what I want you to do? Thank you. Anything? Energy recharge is actually not bad. We kind of need that. We'll keep rolling this one. EM is perfect. We definitely want that. I'll take some more of that. Another ER roll is surprisingly decent. No double XP for this one, apparently. A third ER roll. Sure, why not? Yeah. Let's max it, screw it. Actually, that is probably the best flower that we could possibly get for KAVEH, honestly. A ton of energy recharge, double EM roll. Like, yeah, that's not bad at all. I'll keep that. That's very decent. Good job, KAVEH. Oh, actually, that is a weird piece. That could be a very good off piece for someone. I'm keeping that. This one I don't care about as much, but that's super interesting. Check them out, and we did get a feather that actually got some Elemental Mastery. This one has 44 Elemental Mastery on it, so it's not terrible. But this one also has energy recharge, which is good on KAVEH, obviously, so we'll roll this one. HP percent is irrelevant, but there's only like 2 actual substats that is useful for KAVEH, so I suppose either one is fine. Energy recharge is okay. Would have preferred EM, but ER is not something I'm going to say no to. HP, on the other hand, is very bad. We don't want to see that if we can avoid it. Oh, come on. Another HP roll is awful. Can we have at least 1 EM roll here? Lots of blue stupid artifacts. Double ER roll is kinda lame, honestly. To be fair, though, KAVEH is an energy-hungry little boy, so even though we might not get more power into it, we actually do get a fair bit of ER from that. We're at, what, 142? Honestly, I think I'm okay with keeping a slightly worse one. Yes, it would have been nice if the HP ones went into EM, sure, but... like, rerolling into this is just strictly worse. Oh, sorry, into this one is just strictly worse. We can see if this rolls ER. If it does, I'll use it. It did not, so it is just strictly worse than the other one. So, I mean, I'm okay with him keeping this. This is okay. It's not the greatest, but it'll do. Yeah, I could grind this out for all eternity, or I could just slap him on 2 Elemental Mastery pieces. So, honestly, we're gonna do that. We're gonna round off KAVEH right now, because my sanity is draining faster than you could ever know. And it is... I'm just gonna show you. It's better that way. I'll steal kidney. That's a dendro damage bonus count. Now, you may be wondering, why on earth have I taken us to the triangle boss? And it's actually pretty easy. Our favorite bullet sponge, which is the Yumkazor over in Natlan, unfortunately has 70% dendro resistance, which feels unfair. But realistically speaking, what you'd want to do is you'd want to activate Nahida, you'd want to do this and make sure that Yulong gets her burst. You activate the burst, you do the little spinny boop, and you go like this, and 8,000 damage is so sad. Basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to create as many blooms as possible. Unfortunately, I did not have my burst, which I do now. So as you can see, this is all KAVEH is going to be doing. He's going to be blowing up his bombs for about 20k damage, which is just strictly worse than anything else I've ever experienced. KAVEH is not a very good character, I'm gonna be honest and say here. He just doesn't do enough. Now, honestly, you could build him better. That is fair. There are a ton of ways KAVEH can be useful. I say a ton, that is very much over-exaggerating, actually. He has one team in particular that is very, very good, and that is a Nilo Bloom, because Nilou already boosts the Dendrocores, and KAVEH can kind of blow up the extras, which he does really well. But honestly, even if I spent 5 or whatever days we still have to do in order to get him any further than what he is, he's not going to get much further than this. He's sitting on 999 Elemental Mastery, which is as good as I am willing to get him, honestly. 1000 EM is just about enough, together with the 1000 EM Nahida, the 910 EM Kazuha, and unfortunately the Yelan, who is an enabler here who doesn't have that much. I don't have an Elemental Mastery Hydro unit to use, so it is what it is. It's disappointing. But let's do a proper roundup for poor old KAVEH. Here is KAVEH's roundup. We are ending this before 20 days, but in honest truth, there isn't that much more I can do to help KAVEH out, more than possibly level him up to 90, but I'm going to be honest with you, I am not putting the resources into doing that for a character this lackluster. For his positive sides, he does have a very unique playstyle, acting as a detonation trigger for Bloom, which is almost entirely unique. Nilou kind of does this as well, but she more so empowers the bombs more than cause them to explode by herself, so his role is, I would say at least at this point, unique. And his briefcase is really cool. I like it a lot. Unfortunately, that is not weighing up any of the cons about KAVEH, because for one, his damage is incredibly lackluster on his own. Even when you run him with some of the strongest supports in the game, the Bloom damage obviously is coming from, well, Bloom, which is much better as any form of transformative reaction, more namely Hyper Bloom. Because there are very few Hydro units that can very reliably trigger Elemental Mastery-based things other than Nilou herself, his team building is also incredibly limited. You can run what I did, or you can run a Nilo team, or you can do whatever, but he's still super limited in his team building because he revolves entirely around Bloom, not things transforming from Bloom. He's also incredibly energy hungry, meaning that his weapon choices are fairly limited. I did, in fact, do an off-screen test with a Favonius weapon as well, but the results were very similar, just less DPS than before. He also has very long cooldowns on his skill, which is his main way of actually detonating things, so it's kind of awkward and wonky to play around. But I think the worst part about KAVEH is that he is outperformed by literally any other Dendro unit in the game at base level. If you are in need of a Dendro unit for any reason, picking anyone except KAVEH is a better choice. Even if you are picking something as simple as Kaleh's constellations are arguably much better than KAVEH's, and KAVEH has fairly decent Dendro application even when off-field. KAVEH basically has to be on-field the entire time to do anything other than just blowing up blooms, which is only relevant in, of course, the team we spoke about earlier. This puts KAVEH in a very precarious position. Most people shit-talk this poor boy, and honestly, it's for fair reason. His kit isn't really thoughtful in any way. Thoughtful is the wrong word to use. It's not thought through, is what I wanted to say. They wanted KAVEH to be some sort of middleman for Bloom-based strategies to give them something to actually act off of, but they gave him nothing. The damage boost off of blowing up the blooms is menial at best. Even from his burst that's supposed to increase it by a lot, it still doesn't mean anything when he can't really generate them on his own without his burst and some really strong supports in the back. It's just not good. I'll be honest here, I'm going to give KAVEH the lowest possible tier I ever have, which is don't build him. Don't make someone else spend a bunch of time building him. There's so many other things you could be doing. Regardless of that, though, we do have to talk about next episode, because, as I did with the KAVEH vote, I have already posted the vote. Down below, you'll find it in the description for who you'd like to see next. Now, I'm going to be presenting them in front of this screen from now on, just so I don't have to cut away to Tabletop Simulator, but trust me, I wouldn't cheat, and if you really want to know in the future, just tell me and I'll include them from now on. But this time, you will get to vote between Sucrose, which of course is an off-field Anemos support, and she is really, really good. I do have Kazuha and Venti already, so I don't necessarily have a use for building Sucrose, but Sucrose's unique factor is the fact that she shares EM with her teammates, which is actually really useful in a couple of teams, so I wouldn't really mind building her at all. Secondly, we've got Goru. Goru is unique. Similar to KAVEH, unfortunately. However, his niche is that he wants to be in mono-geo defense-based teams, so Ito. Or Noelle, possibly. But for me, it'd be Ito. I kind of need to build him for my Ito team, so I wouldn't mind that one either. And lastly, we've got another Dendro boy. We've got Tignari. Tignari, of course, is a very, very good Dendro DPS, who basically uses shard shots that turn into homing missiles, and then his ult is also a bunch of homing missiles, and honestly, he's just really, really good. Of course, if none of these strike your fancy, there is also the mystery choice. And the mystery choice has changed a little bit. I will actually reveal to you the element of the mystery choice this time around, because I feel like that might incentivize you to vote for them a little bit more. The mystery choice's element this time around is Dendro. So there's been a lot of Dendro on these for the last couple of times, but you know what? That is just the way it is. So check the description down below or check the pinned comment if you'd like, and you'll get straight to the vote where you too can see who comes up next. Anyways, I'd like to thank you for watching, and as always, remember to stay safe out there.